I definitely think the planet is very sad. And I think a lot of people are also very ungrateful, which is another big problem. Well, that's why I got the crybaby tat on my face. I got a humongous tattoo that says crybaby and shit to keep me grateful and remind me not to be a crybaby. So I see it every time I look in the mirror, you know, to remind me that I'm blessed. Welcome to Montreality. This is Peep. Let's get it. Oof. I was kind of like, I was a kitchen bitch at a can I curse?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. I was a kitchen bitch at a seafood restaurant, a local seafood restaurant, where I did a lot of really disgusting shit, like early in the morning. Like at 7:30 in the morning, I would have to cut up a bunch of fucking squids, like a whole bucket full of squids. It really sucked. Made me throw up a few times. I also, one time the chef just came at me with like a bucket of crabs, like 300 crabs, like live crabs going like this and shit. And apparently, I don't know if I'm gonna get arrested for this, but apparently to kill the crabs and cook them, you need to just take a pair of scissors, big ass cooking scissors, and just straight cut their faces off. So I'm a mass crab murderer. I cut the faces off of 300 crabs that day, and I never went back. Ooh. I mean, my favorite show still to this day is Scooby-Doo. I don't have a particular favorite character. The original Scooby-Doo, I just love it so much because of the soundtrack, the animation and everything. The whole, I don't know. I'm into like spooky, scary shit, and when I was a kid, that was what was scary to me, you know what I mean? Scooby-Doo. How about that dude, the submarine dude, you know what I'm talking about? With the big, yeah, you got it tattooed on him. He's got a tattoo. My homie has a tattoo with the dude from Scooby-Doo. That's the villain. Yeah, right there. That episode. That's wild. Yeah. Death Note, Bleach, Hunter x Hunter. Shiki is one of my favorite ones. A lot of people don't know about when I tell them, even though a lot of people do. But it's one of the less popular ones. But it's my favorite one. RPGs, you know. I started out playing RuneScape. I love RuneScape. Then I did a little bit of World of War. And then World of Warcraft. World of War. My bad. Just woke up, literally just woke up 10 minutes ago. And then I did Oblivion, Skyrim, Elder Scrolls was my shit. Mass Effect. But mostly RPGs and like Fable 1 through 3. I'm like a nerd. I like magic and swords and shit like that. Watch a lot of Game of Thrones. Yeah. I played Zelda on the Game Boy though, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like the original. Yeah. I'm dead as fuck in a coffin. I'm long gone. 86, goddamn. I wish.
That's insane, right?
Not happening. If I find someone and if I fall in love with someone, if I have a kid, you know what I mean? Shit might change, but right now, I'm out here making music, you know, and the shit I talk about is real, so I don't, you know, not much to lose right now, but I'm here, I'm doing my thing, so fuck it.
How old are you now, 20?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think
20.
happens after death?
You know, I don't know. You could just wake up again. I have no idea. I'm not like, I know there's something because you can't kill energy, you know what I mean? Energy doesn't die. There's literally like a fucking weird thing that like leaves your brain when you die. You could see it on some cameras or some shit. You could see like a weird like, I don't even know what the fuck to call it, but it leaves your brain and like just like floats out into like, you know, the atmosphere and whatever the fuck. So no, definitely not. And I feel the presence of a lot of people who have passed away too, just randomly, you know what I mean? They're just popping in my head, so. Oh, of course. I think that everyone should do mushrooms in particularly, not necessarily acid, but I think everyone should do mushrooms at least 2 times a year. I think it's great for your mental health. It teaches you a lot of shit. Like, I can't explain it. It almost feels like you got like a massage in your brain. You know what I mean? I can't explain it. But you just feel relieved and like, oh, like you realize a lot of shit. You know what I mean? It's just like, I don't know. I think they're there for a reason. You know what? I have never had a bad trip. I have never had a bad trip because I'm just like so aware of the fact that I'm on whatever I'm on, that like there's almost like a sober me inside of the fucked up me, just being like, you're fine, bro. Like, and everyone else is freaking out around me, and I'm kind of like laughing at them. Like, I don't know, it's weird. I'm just good at controlling myself on that shit. I used to sell mushrooms too, so I would eat like way more than you should eat every day. I kind of replaced weed with mushrooms, so yeah. Psychedelics became a regular thing to me. Like, I did mushrooms last night. Yeah, we ate mushrooms last night, and I stayed up all night. I slept for like 2 hours, I think, in the car just before this interview. So that's me. Shit, my favorite rappers, definitely Future's on there. Gucci, Atlanta, man, fuck. Atlanta, you know, McConan. Yeah, Atlanta. Atlanta did that for me. I mean, obviously there's a shit ton of New York, like, you know, artists who got bars and shit. Like, the culture there is a lot different from Atlanta, you know, the rap culture and shit. Like, I did listen to a lot of fucking, like, Pro Era when they were popping, and I was like 14, 15 or some shit like that. And like shit like that. And obviously the old shit, bringing it back, you know, like Wu-Tang, fuck MF Doom, and all the old New York shit. But mostly, like, for some reason I find the Atlanta scene to be like almost like, it reminds me a lot of rock and roll, like in a certain way, you know what I mean? I think it's amazing because I think it's amazing that there's so many different, like, you know, ways to come at it nowadays. Because like, even me, I was looking, apparently I got a Wikipedia page. I was looking at my Wikipedia page. The genres was like alternative rock, like R&B, hip hop, trap, emo, pop punk. So they don't really know what to call it, you know what I mean? But I think that people are just gonna have to stop putting, you know, people into boxes, you know what I mean? They don't really need to label it anymore. Like, just enjoy the fuck out of it. And I want to take more of like a Frank Ocean route, and like, you know what I mean, drop projects that are just me and no one else on them, so that, you know, I did it on my own, so I can't, not to like hop on a wave, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to ride a wave, I'm trying to make my own wave. An artist of this generation I think will be legendary. If you put Future in my generation, I'd say he's gonna be like remembered forever. I mean, Future just has so much music, so much quality music, you know what I mean? And the shit he says, the content of his is just absolutely insane. Like, you know, people like to turn up to it and they don't even sometimes know what they're listening to, and it's just like so much, you know, deeper than just like turning up to that shit. Like, I gets me emotional, you know what I mean? Shit, Hardly's a great one. I think Chosen One is a deep song. I think Inside the Mattress, Perky's Calling. I love Purple Rain. Purple Rain was amazing. Dirty Sprite 1, though, is what put me on. And ever since then, I've just been listening to every song.
What's the most romantic thing you've ever done?
Fuck a girl in her period. No condom.
How do you heal a broken heart?
You fuck her on her period. Yeah, I had a broken heart. I got broken on my face. But, shit, I have no idea. I wish I knew. I just write songs about it, and it doesn't really help. So I'll learn one day, you know what I mean? 20, still growing up. I feel it. I mean, I got hentai posters all over my fucking room, so I brought them on tour with me too, because we're pretty much putting my bedroom on stage for the shows. It's just a bunch of hentai posters on the wall and shit. They just know what they're doing. They know what's attractive. They know what the fuck they're doing with everything too, from horror movies to hentai. You know, the Japanese are just absolutely, you know what I mean? They're just a step ahead of me. My ultimate fetish. I don't know. I got a few. But my ultimate fetish is probably, I don't know. I don't really have an ultimate fetish, but just, I guess, tattoos on girls is hot. I fuck with tattoos on girls. I put feet in my mouth sometimes, you know what I mean? I'm out here. I mean, shit, everything changes with time. Like, you can't predict where you're gonna be next year. You have no idea, you know what I mean? Like, there have been points, like, I've been in very, 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 very low points. Like, you know, shitty situations, horrible situations. And then my mom always tells me, like, time will heal everything, you know what I mean? And even if it's like 5 years later and you're still feeling like, where the fuck, like, when I'm waiting for this shit to heal, like, nothing's happening. It's gonna take another, you know, few years, you know what I mean? That shit does take time in some situations, but, you know, it will eventually get better. Things will get better. And also, you have to be grateful for what you have. Never be ungrateful. It's when people start to be super, you know, like, oh, I hate my life, everything sucks. But it's like you got shoes in your feet right now, you know what I mean? There's kids who don't have water, access to water in the world. So pretty much, yeah. There's people fighting to survive, so live on for them, you know what I mean? Live the life that they wish they could live. My message to the youth is stay aware of the shit that's happening around you, and don't get brainwashed by fucking, you know, society today, because that shit is very easy to happen. And don't become a police officer. Hell yeah, this is Lil Peep. That was Montreality. Much love. Gang, gang.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Of course.
It was great, man. One of the best
Hell
we've
yeah.
done so far.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
Thank you.
Of course, man. Thank you. See, I don't normally do
interviews, eh? Yeah, I know.
I watched your guys' interviews.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.